Can you hold on to the wind? Have you ever tried to hold on to a moment, a feeling, or a person, only to watch it slip through your fingers like grains of sand? Why is it that the things we most treasure seem to fade the fastest? Why does joy never linger and pain feel so permanent? The Zen masters speak of impermanence not as a curse, but as a gift. Nothing lasts forever is not a warning. It is a gentle whisper from the universe, reminding us to wake up, be present, and embrace the fleeting beauty of life. Stay with me until the end of this story. You may discover that by understanding the nature of impermanence, you can free yourself from suffering, and in doing so, touch something eternal within. The falling petal, long ago, in a mountain monastery shrouded in mist, lived a young monk named Sora. He was known for his deep questions and even deeper silences. Yet one day he was troubled. A cherry blossom tree outside his window had bloomed in a spectacular display. For days he sat in meditation, mesmerized by the gentle dance of pink petals in the wind. But soon the blossoms began to fall. The branches grew bare. "Why must beauty die so quickly?" Sora asked his master, an old monk named Tenzin, who had eyes like still water. Master Tenzin smiled and said, "Come, let us walk." They walked to a cliffside overlooking the valley, the wind playing with their robes. Tenzin pointed to the horizon. The sun sets, the moon wanes, the river flows. Nothing holds still, and yet everything is complete. The cherry blossom falls not in tragedy, but in grace. It teaches us that beauty is not in permanence, but in presence. Tears welled in Sora's eyes, not from sadness, but from awakening. The sound of the bell each evening, the bell at the monastery, rang at dusk. Its sound, deep and resonant, would echo through the valley. Sora once asked, "Why do we strike the bell if its sound only fades?" Master Tenzin replied, "That fading sound is the teaching. Listen closely, and you will hear that the bell continues to ring, not in your ears, but in your heart." That night, Sora sat under the stars, listening, not to sound, but to silence. And in that silence he heard the bell. It lived beyond its echo, in the awareness it left behind. The cracked bowl. One day, while washing dishes, Sora dropped a clay bowl. It cracked but did not break. He was ashamed. "I'm sorry, master," he said. Tenzin examined the bowl. "Do you see?" The crack lets in the light. "This bowl is more beautiful now. It has lived." From that day, Sora used the cracked bowl with reverence. He realized that the most treasured things were not untouched by time, but shaped by it. The passing cloud. Sora once struggled with grief. A close friend from the village had passed away. He sat beside Tenzin, weeping. "Why must everything I love disappear?" Tenzin pointed to the sky. "What do you see?" "A cloud," Sora whispered. "And where is the cloud now?" "Gone." "But the cloud did not die," Tenzin said. "It became rain. It became the stream that feeds the forest. Just because you cannot see something doesn't mean it has vanished. All things transform. Nothing ends. It only changes form." The wind's secret. One morning, Tenzin asked, "Can you catch the wind in your hand?" Sora laughed. "Of course not." "And yet," Tenzin said, "you can feel it. It touches your skin, lifts your hair, cools your face, just like happiness, just like sorrow. You cannot hold them, but they are real." The teaching was clear. Our desire to possess experiences causes our suffering, but when we allow them to pass through us, we are free. The river stone. They sat by a river. Tenzin picked up a smooth stone. "Do you see how the river has polished this stone?" he asked. "Yes," said Sora. "It was once jagged and rough, but time and flow made it smooth. In the same way, your suffering will shape you. Let life wear down your edges and you will shine." The empty teacup. At tea, Sora began to pour into a cup already full. It overflowed. Tenzin stopped him. "You cannot fill what is already full. Empty yourself of assumptions, and you will be able to receive." Sora bowed. This was a lesson not just in mindfulness, but in humility. Sora found a feather caught on a bamboo stalk. He picked it up and held it gently. Tenzin saw and said, "You see how light it is? That is how you must hold your thoughts. Lightly. Let them come. Let them go. Don't grip. Don't resist." Sora smiled. "Even the feather is teaching me." On a moonless night, Tenzin lit a candle. "This flame," he said, "is your life. Bright, warm, and fleeting. If you fear its end, you miss its light. But if you cherish its glow, you honor its purpose." Sora watched the flame flicker, then bow low in gratitude. Years passed. Sora grew older. One day he sat by Tenzin's bedside. The master's breath was shallow. "Master," he whispered, "are you afraid?" Tenzin smiled faintly. "No. This breath is not an end. It is a return. Like the tide, like the seasons. I am the falling petal, the fading bell, the passing cloud. Nothing is lost." And with that, he was gone. But Sora did not cry. He closed his eyes and felt the wind, the silence, the river's song. His master was everywhere. Now Sora is the master. When young monks ask him, "How do we calm our minds? How do we live with peace?" he smiles and tells them stories of falling petals and cracked bowls, of passing clouds and feathers in the wind. And always, he ends with a question. If nothing lasts forever, what will you do with this precious moment? Because the truth is, impermanence is not our enemy. It is our greatest teacher. The story never ends. It only changes shape. So now, dear listener, what will you choose to see, feel, and cherish, knowing that everything you hold is already changing? Let this question settle in your heart.